Crystal Palace are once again at the center of the January transfer conversation, and this time the spotlight is firmly fixed on Marc Guehi. As the winter window approaches, speculation around the England international has reached fever pitch, with fans, pundits, and top clubs across Europe all watching closely. But amid the noise, Crystal Palace have now made their position clear, and it sends a strong message. Marc Guehi has quickly become one of the most talked about defenders in European football. Calm on the ball, strong in duels, and a natural leader at the back, he has developed into a key figure not just for Palace, but also for the England national team. His situation is made even more interesting by the fact that his contract runs out at the end of June, meaning January represents the final realistic opportunity for Palace to sell him for a fee. This combination of quality and contract uncertainty has made Guehi arguably the most wanted player of the January transfer window. More than a dozen clubs are believed to be monitoring his situation closely. Liverpool are among the strongest admirers, having made a late push for him during the summer transfer window. In fact, a deal looked possible in the final hours before Palace pulled the plug, choosing to keep their defensive leader rather than cash in. That late summer drama only increased the belief that January could be different. Alongside Liverpool, clubs such as Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, and Bayern Munich have all been linked with moves for the center-back. For many fans, it felt like only a matter of time before Palace were forced to give in. However, Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner has now poured cold water on those expectations. Speaking openly about Guehi's future, Glasner made it clear that, as things stand, the defender is expected to remain at Selhurst Park until the end of the season. According to the Palace boss, there are currently no offers on the table and no indication from the club that anything has changed. From Glasner's point of view, the situation is simple. If no official bid has arrived, there is no reason to assume Guehi will leave. His comments suggest a calm but firm stance from the club, one that prioritizes stability over short-term financial gain. This approach fits perfectly with Glasner's wider attitude to transfers. Since arriving at Crystal Palace, he has been very clear about protecting the strength of his squad. The Austrian coach has already expressed frustration about not being given enough reinforcements, especially during a season in which Palace are balancing domestic football with European competition. That challenge has become even tougher due to injuries. Daniel Munoz is set to miss an extended period, leaving Palace short in an already demanding campaign. Losing Guehi in January would further weaken the team, something Glasner appears unwilling to accept. The stakes for Crystal Palace go far beyond one player. Glasner has transformed the club's fortunes in a short space of time. After last season's historic FA Cup triumph, he has guided the Eagles to an astonishing 5th place in the Premier League. This level of performance has not gone unnoticed, with rumors already linking him to a potential move to Manchester United. Because of this, Palace's board know they must tread carefully. Keeping Glasner happy is just as important as managing player contracts. Allowing a key leader like Guehi to leave mid-season could damage results, unsettle the dressing room, and risk undoing all the progress the club has made. For now, Crystal Palace are standing firm. The message is clear. Marc Guehi is not for sale unless something truly extraordinary happens. The club are focused on finishing the season strong, competing on multiple fronts, and showing ambition rather than surrendering to pressure from bigger names. As January approaches, the rumors will not stop. The interest will only grow louder. But Palace have drawn their line, and Guehi remains central to their plans. Whether this stance holds until the final day of the window is the big question, but one thing is certain. Crystal Palace are not backing down easily, and the battle for Marc Guehi's future is far from over. Liverpool's season is starting to build real momentum, and as another big Premier League weekend approaches, there is a growing feeling that something important is taking shape at Anfield. After a hard-fought victory over Brighton and Hove Albion, the Reds are unbeaten in 5 games across all competitions. Confidence is rising, and attention is now fully focused on a crucial clash against Tottenham Hotspur this Saturday. New head coach Arne Slot is beginning to leave his mark on the team. The win against Brighton was not just about 3 points, but about character, resilience, and belief. Liverpool showed patience and control, qualities that Slot has been demanding since his arrival. With no midweek matches to worry about, the squad has had valuable time to recover, train, and prepare specifically for Spurs, a team known for their intensity and attacking football. However, the Brighton match did come at a cost. Dominic Szoboszlai and Joe Gomez both picked up injuries, raising concerns among fans. Slot has already confirmed that Joe Gomez is unlikely to feature this weekend, which is a blow considering his versatility and experience in defense. The situation with Szoboszlai is more positive. The Hungarian midfielder hurt his ankle, but early signs suggest he could still be available. His energy, creativity, and leadership in midfield have been key for Liverpool this season, so his potential return would be a major boost. In the league table, Liverpool currently sits 7th after 16 matches, with 26 points on the board. While that position may not fully reflect their ambitions, the reality is far more encouraging. The Reds are just 2 points away from the top 4, with Chelsea currently holding that final Champions League qualification spot. Crystal Palace and Manchester United are also in the mix, making the race extremely tight. A win against Tottenham could completely change the picture and push Liverpool right back into the heart of the Champions League conversation. As excitement builds on the pitch, drama is also unfolding behind the scenes, particularly in the transfer market. One name that continues to dominate discussions around Anfield is Marc Guehi. The Crystal Palace center-back has long been admired by Liverpool, and interest in him is far from over. Reports now suggest that Manchester City have added Guehi to their transfer shortlist, which puts extra pressure on Liverpool to act quickly. Guehi was very close to becoming a Liverpool player during the summer transfer window. A deal worth around £35 million was discussed, and everything seemed to be moving in the right direction. However, the transfer collapsed on deadline day, leaving both the club and fans disappointed. Since then, the situation has evolved even further. Guehi's contract at Crystal Palace expires in the summer, and it is now clear that he has no intention of signing a new deal. This puts Palace in a difficult position. If they do not sell him in January, they risk losing one of their most valuable assets for free at the end of the season. For Liverpool, this represents both an opportunity and a challenge. The opportunity is to finally land a defender who fits their long-term plans perfectly. The challenge comes from competition, especially from a club like Manchester City, who can move fast and offer immediate chances of winning major trophies. What makes Guehi's situation even more interesting is his ambition. The England international is understood to be eager to compete at the highest level, with Champions League football and major titles firmly on his mind. Liverpool can offer him a clear role in a rebuilding defense, a passionate fan base, and a realistic pathway back to Europe's elite competition. But hesitation could cost them dearly if rivals step in first. For supporters, this period feels like a crossroads. On the pitch, Liverpool are finding rhythm and belief under a new manager. Off the pitch, key decisions are looming that could shape the club's future for years to come. The match against Tottenham is more than just another league fixture. It is a chance to send a statement, to climb the table, and to remind everyone that Liverpool are still very much a force in English football. As the January transfer window approaches and the festive fixtures pile up, all eyes will be on how Liverpool respond. Will they push forward and strengthen the squad? Will they seize the opportunity to secure Marc Guehi before rivals do? And can they turn their recent form into a serious top 4 charge? One thing is certain, the next few weeks could define Liverpool's season. From big matches to big transfer decisions, the drama at Anfield is only just beginning, and fans should buckle up for what promises to be a thrilling ride.